Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing a all colourless ramp deck featuring a few new cards from Final Fantasy and a few old ones as well, and it revolves around, in theory, Ultima Origin of Oblivion, a 5-mana 4/4 with flying. It says when Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land for as long as that land has a blight counter on it. It loses all land types and abilities and has tap to add colourless, so basically it's not land destruction, but it kind of is because we can take out our opponent's coloured lands. And then it also says whenever we tap a land for colourless, we add an additional colourless. So reminiscent of a very powerful card for Forsaken Monument, but only works with lands. Now, I'm going to say this now. I usually will say stuff in the wrap-up, but this is not a good card, unfortunately. In all the times I have played it, it has never survived a turn. It has no protection, which for a legendary 5-mana creature is a shame. It has no ETB trigger. To get value from it, you have to play it so late in the curve that then it allows you to double spell effectively by doubling your colourless mana. But you know, it's such a shame that it's such a weak card for a legendary god rare. So yeah, so I'm saying it now. If you're going to play this deck, maybe take out Ultima and put in some other colourless cards because it's just not worth it. Our other ramp is we've got 4 copies of PuPu, which we played recently in the channel. We can tap it to put a land card from hand on the battlefield. Then we've got 2 copies of the Iron Crag, 4 copies of Treasure Map, which can kind of act as ramp. We pay 1 and tap it to scry, 1 we put a landmark count on it. When we have 3 or more, we transform it and we create 3 treasures as well. 4 copies of Patchwork Banner, which most of the time we're putting on Alien, so PuPu is a 1/4. We can put it on God, but whether it's a 4/4 or 5/5 is not going to matter. Then we've got 4 copies of Patron Archive, tap to add 2 colourless. We can also pay 2 and tap to sack it, draw 2 cards. 2 copies of Ring of Lucii. Lucii, you could go more, but it's legendary, so you don't want to draw too many of these. And you can pay 2, tap it, and pay 1 life, tap target non-land permanent. And then Maze Mine Tome is not ramp, but it does allow us to scry and draw, and then we gain 4 life. And our top curve is Ugin, everyone's favourite, and then 2 copies of Summon Bahamut. So a very simple deck, and mana base is just a mishmash of cards that produce colourless mana, but some key ones. Adventurers in, we gain life. Arid Archway, it taps for 2, but we do have to pick up another land, so it's great to pick up an Adventurers in. Capital City, we can cycle. Conduit Pylons and Crystal Grotto, scry or surveil when they come in. Crawling Barrens can become a creature. Fomori Vault is really good. We can pay 3 and discard a card. Look at the top X cards of our library, where X is the number of artifacts we control. Put one of the cards onto our hand, the rest in the bottom of the library, and we can have quite a lot of artifacts found in port to produce tokens and draw. And then Hidden Grotto is the same as Crystal Grotto and Conduit Pylons. It allows us to surveil. I think Hidden Grotto and Crystal Grotto are, yeah, the only difference is surveil and scry. So that's the deck. I said it's such a shame that Ultima is it's such a poor card. Even just 5-mana 4/4 fly is not fantastic stats nowadays. And I thought Wizards had learned they have so many things which is when enters and attacks, but Ultima is just attacks. If you got that trigger when it enters, at least you got value out of it. But yeah, it just doesn't survive, which is so frustrating and weird. Put like a wall 2 on it or something, or just make it end as an attack trigger. But enough of my ranting. That's the deck. It's really it is what it is. Not many new cards, but and the new cards we do have, we've seen before. Or Ring of the Lucii is just a slightly worse version of Agent Archive. Again, bit of a weird thing, even though but oh well. I'd like to give a shout out to my Planeswalker level patrons. They are Mihal, Arcadius, and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Everyone else, I'd like to thank you as well. I am trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are just over 2,800. So if you're not subscribed, please press the button. It doesn't take, it costs you nothing and doesn't take you long. And please remember to like the video, share the video, put a comment down in the comment section about what you liked and what you didn't like. And I'll see you all in the gameplay. We don't have any of our end game. We don't need another PuPu. I hate authority of the consoles. Don't need another Maze Mine Tome. I hate it with an absolute passion. If we draw another land, we can get out Hedron Archive. That's not another land. But we can Patchwork Banner, and we'll put it on Alien. Hit him for 1. Let's Hedron Archive and then Maze Mine Tome. And we will go aggressively go hunting. New. No. Wow. We will immediately draw. Oh, we hit another PuPu. But we will scry again. We really need a Nugan. Four, 5, yes. We'll take out the Mossborn Hydra. Hopefully they don't have another Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh, I think they do though. I think they have something. Oh, they just leveling up. Yeah, that scout's getting pretty chunky. Sure, we'll keep that. Let's pay out the ring. Let's pay out PuPu. And let's pay out a treasure map. And we'll crack in. We can scry 3 times. quite like the card draw from Bahamut. Yeah, we need to find either another Summon Bahamut or an Ugin. Don't crack it, you crack it when Tifa attacks. You get in for one. They are. Right. Nope. 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 Well, we've got 3 cards coming. And one of them's an Ugin. Sort of lands.
Focus, breathe, and learn.
But if Hassan Bahamut lives, they're just dead. By quite a lot. We overcome the evil that is authority of the consoles. What do they do? Or do they manually tap that? Bushwhack? You can take out one of our UFOs, yeah. Oh, I should put a land into play. Not that it matters. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, it's legendary. Shouldn't have kept that, but doesn't really matter. They be dead. Yes, hit him for 26. Well, I think this is probably a tad too slow. Although if we find other land, ramping with PuPu's potentially good. Now there's more land and we can surveil. So up against birds, I think. Keep the banner. Hopefully our PuPu survives, because then we can carry on putting in lands. Yeah, we'll take 3. They have a lot of birds. And let's put this on Alien. So he gets a small buff. And this enters 4, 5. We're going to take a hit. I'm going to put a land into play because then we can Iron Crag and then next turn we can Ugin. But we're probably going to take over 10. But we can gain life back with Ugin. Well, we can take out 2 things then.
One step. If my intervention is required,
We'll put this on
courses through
God in case we draw our Ultima. I'm going to start ticking up.
I will not die here again.
I suppose we do this and then cast Bahamut.
Spend this man wisely.
Exile Saz,
Power
destroy their token. We'll destroy their travelling chocobo. Gain 3 and draw.
the wise. My advice.
Because we have another Ugin in hand. I'm not that fussed. Let's see if we can just cycle into something we can cast. We do. Yes. Not surprised our opponent's goat. I'm surprised they lasted that long. Well, we've got an Ultima. Need more lands for PuPu to be effective. I think it's going to be PuPu, not PuPu, but I always say PuPu because it sounds funnier. In that case, I'm going to play the Iron Crag because next turn we can play PuPu and Treasure Map. You know what, let's get down to PuPus. Oh, rather they use it against PuPu, not Ultima. Get another squad going. I don't think we need more lands at this point. Can our Ultima survive? That is the question. No. Let's put in a Crawling Barons. Let's get out our Hedron Archive. And the treasure map. But we need some top end curves. We can cast an Ugin. I wonder if they're Sephiroth. We're down to 14. We will scry on our upkeep. I know it's going to cost 1, but well, we need it a Ugin. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can cast Ugin even with scrying. Nope. Well, we can give this a go. Ugin's a good draw. And we want another land. And we will pick another land. Let's put this on Alien. No, push temporary lockdown. We will Maze Mine Tome. And then play out the archway and pick up the Adventurers Inn. Oh, we can put the inn back in. With PuPu. And we'll scry a couple of times with the tome. there goes our Maze Mine Tome. So we will in fact draw. It does get rid of their token. But we can Ugin, get rid of their lockdown. And our opponent scoops. Well, we've got a pretty good hand. We'll get down PuPu. Which eats removal. Oh no, carrot cake. Let's get down a Maze Mine Tome and then play out the archway, pick up the Venturers in. Straight to sacking carrot cake. And we can play out Ultima. Let's see if he actually survives. No. Let's put in another Adventurers in. And we'll scry. Don't need more lands. I'll keep that. We'll play it on Alien. Well, we are completely empty-handed. We may be cracking the Heathen Archive. Maybe cracking the Heathen Archive to draw. Let's put it on Elemental. Don't have a 1 mana removal as well. Oh, don't have Elsewhere Smite. Oh, bloody... I'm angry now. Hello Magic fans and welcome back to a very quick wrap up. So I'm not going to go into too much detail because I gave my views on Ultima in the deck tech. I just thought it was really worth giving that. Don't spend wildcards on Ultima. He's just not very good. What I do find interesting is with Bahamut, Ugin isn't necessarily the immediate win con that it has been because something that is basically can come down and destroy it, and leave obviously a huge body on the board, is very good. And because it is colourless, if they do have a Bahamut, you can't destroy it with Oblivion. So just watch out there. You know, this is a slow deck, so if you're up against really, really fast decks, it does struggle, obviously. And if you hit too much ramp and not enough finishers, or not, you know, too many finishers, not enough ramp, again, it does struggle. We do have 26 lands as well to make sure we hit our land drops, because, you know, we can draw with Summon Bahamut and Hedron Archive, as well as obviously Maze Mine Tome and Treasure Map will help us sky through it. So yeah, an interesting deck. Colourless decks are always interesting. They do obviously massively lack removal until the end curve. And yes, Ultima is a bad card. And also interestingly, I think it might be the only situation where there are two cards in Final Fantasy, both called Ultima, but they aren't the same. Often we will get, so we've got Ultima, which is a quite bad sweeper, and then Ultima, which is a god. You know, we get, you know, we have multiple cards called Cloud, because, you know, Cloud's the same person. In fact, did we have multiple cards called Cloud? Yes, I haven't got the other one, but they're the same person. So I think this is maybe the first time where we have the same named card, but completely different from the same set. So just quite interesting. But yeah, don't waste your wild cards. He's not very good. Maybe he's better in limited, but I don't know. But anyway, that's the wrap up. I'd like to give a shout out to my Creature Level patron. That is Thomas. Thank you very much. Everyone else, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So please press that button if you've not done so. And I'll see you all in the next video.